Hello, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. And this is the United Hour Match Day 1, Friday. Manchester United versus Fulham. It was the only match on that day, and all eyes would have been on Manchester United, obviously, right? It was the curtain opener, and Manchester United, we had to set the tone as to what to expect from us maybe in the next couple of games, right? Lo and behold, after 90 minutes, Manchester United won, Fulham 0, and we saw a debut goal from Joshua Zirkzee. JZ is his initials. And we're going to talk about yesterday's fixture, and I can never do it by myself. I'm here with Devin and Zahir. How are you guys doing?
Good to be back again. Good to see everyone. Yeah, not bad. Just relieved that we at least started the season off with 3 points.
Yeah, guys, great to be on the show. I just wish this season ended on Friday night, that they could just cancel the whole 24-25 season, just end it right where it was, give us a trophy, and let us go with that.
Huh. Boy, if life was that easy, boy. But yeah, man. I think we're expecting Robert later on. But until then, let us get on with it. So I guess leading up to the fixture on Friday, there was a post by Ten Hag saying that Manchester United is not ready for the upcoming season. I don't know if it was mind games. I don't know if he was speaking a little bit of truth. Before we get into the actual fixture versus Fulham, what do you guys think about that comment from Ten Hag per se?
I think it was mind games. I think, it was obviously not everybody had a full preseason as of yet. And so it's like, okay, we're not ready yet. But it's also what put out there as a challenge to the players, I think. So you have your manager saying, we're not ready. Prove me wrong. I also think it was kind of a way to try and get in Fulham's head as well, too. So I think that those comments are being blown out of proportion, as is anything when it's related to Manchester United. And you know what? It worked because we got the 3 points.
It could have been mind games, but I mean, if you look at it from his viewpoint too, is it necessarily wrong? Because he didn't have we would consider to be his starting left back in Luke Shaw. We don't have his starting striker in Rasmus Højlund. He wanted a midfield reinforcement, and he didn't get it. So just based on those 3 points, and he also started Harry Maguire together with Lisandro Martinez, which I don't believe is what he sees as his best centre-back pairing. So if you just take those 4 points, it isn't too wrong for him to say we're not ready for the start of the season. Had he been able to eliminate those 4 things and still said he's not ready, 100% mind games at that point.
Yeah, I guess my main point was that it's a combination of both. It's a combination of mind games, but there's always some element of truth to every statement that's made by the manager, right? Let me just let Robert in here. Well, welcome, Robert. How are you doing?
Hi, good. How you guys doing?
We're doing pretty good, man. We're doing pretty good. We just going over the comment made by Ten Hag prior to yesterday's game, where he said Manchester United aren't ready for the 2024-2025 season. What are your thoughts on that comment? Was it mind games? Was there some element of truth? Is it a bit of both?
I think it is true. I think because even from the first game, I don't think we were ready, because the whole team wasn't fit. We now got in the Litz. We now got in Maswari. You know, we didn't have our first choice striker. Our second choice striker. Well, he now began to train. So we're not really ready, and then we don't have um our signing for the midfield. So to me, I don't think we are ready. I don't think so. But I'm just glad for the win. You know, I'm happy for the win. Happy.
Now, quite a few Manchester United fans, when they saw the signing of Mazrari and Delit before the Community Shield, they kind of expected or anticipated that both Delit and Mazrari would start versus Fulham.
Mm,
Only half of that came through in that Mazrari was at right back,
mm,
Dallo was at left back, and Harry Maguire and Alessandro Martinez partnered up in defense yesterday. Harry Maguire put in a stellar performance. He was it was either him or Casemiro that would have been man in the match, but I'll I'll let you guys talk about it. Yeah, did you guys expect both Mazrari and Delit to start? Um, yes, no, if yeah, talk to me.
Masrawi was a shoe in to start because Wan Basaka was gone and Shaw is injured and Malasia is injured. So unless you wanted to risk your opening game of the season playing Lisandro Martinez as your left back, which clearly didn't look too good in the Community Shield, then you basically had to start Mazraoui on one side with Dalo on the other side. I didn't expect to see Dillit starting. I hoped he would. I'm just glad that he came on in the second half to start getting him up to speed and into the frame of things. But I'm really, really looking forward to seeing Dillit as right sided centre back and Mazraoui as the right back, building that sort of understanding and chemistry that they've had in their two previous clubs together.
Most people would have also maybe said, okay, well, Luke Shaw is injured, Malas is injured. Why not give Harry Amas a chance, right? Um, I guess either Robert or Devin can factor that into their statement.
I don't think Amas is ready yet to have a full start. I think he's well on his way, but I also think that the plan is probably to ease him in with cup competitions first, because you don't want to put him in like that. He gets exposed and his confidence gets shot. If Mazraoui was not signed, then maybe they would have had no choice at that. But now that it made sense to me to start Mazraoui. Like Zahir said, I was not certain about if the lit would start or not. And either way, it's he came on, get him up to speed. Now they get when's our next match? Next Saturday, I believe. So they get a full weekend of training now to get ready. And let's bring on Brighton. And that looks like, based on what Brighton did today, it's going to be a bit of a challenge.
What are your thoughts, Robert?
I didn't expect any of them to start. I mean, because when I saw Maswari start, I was surprised. I was very surprised, But I think it was a matter of. I think it was just like it had no one else to start, So he got the start. I mean, I was happy to see David come off the bench because again, these guys need to be booked into the team, And then of course, I mean, with our injuries, the way how they are, I mean, God forbid that something happens, these guys will be out for months. So I was not surprised to see it on the bench, and I'm hoping that for the next couple of games they will take their time, and introduce them, very slowly into the team, and hopefully they could stay fit. Hopefully.
Yeah. I kind of And I was having a discussion with some other guys at work as well too, right? In terms of where would Mazraoui play if he does start, right? And most people are saying, well, he can play left back and he'll start at left back. But I said, I don't think he'll start at left back. I think he'll start at right back because at the end of the day, Dallo can play both positions, but I'd rather risk Dallo, who's already accustomed to the Premier League, play at left back, and Mazraoui slot into the right back position, a position he has played his trade at Ajax and Bayern Munich, right? So I'd rather him play there, right? It's funny because I kind of predicted Harry Maguire would start, and I also predicted Harry Maguire would put in a really good performance, right? And I say that because Harry Maguire has had to see the likes of Lenny Euro and De Ligt sign for us, right? Harry Maguire has also had to go through getting the captaincy stripped of him. And one thing, you got to give it to Harry Maguire. He doesn't let these sort of things get to his head, right? And lo and behold, yesterday, what a great performance by Harry Maguire.
You forgot one other thing with Harry Maguire as well too.
And what is that?
His best friend or whatever it is no longer England manager either, so his England spot's not guaranteed either.
Yeah, that's England.
But my point being is now he knows he has to step up. So you factor in all those things, and it's let's see if he can live up to the challenge, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah. You're not wrong with that part, right? But yeah, with regards to the starting lineup, no surprises for me per se. There were surprises for some. Casemiro in midfield, Manu and Bruno and Mount, right? In I guess what you call a false nine setup. But let's start with the first half, right? Were there any outstanding moments in the first half? Could be from either team. Could be from Fulham. Could have been from us as well. Before you guys give your comments, let me just go through some of these comments from Penelope, who is saying, "Good afternoon to everyone." All right, she's saying, "Slabhead played very good yesterday. Harry didn't deserve the yellow card yesterday." I was surprised that Harry Maguire got a yellow card. I can't remember what he got a yellow card for. I probably didn't see it, right?
It was for simulation, I think, or whatever it was.
Oh, simulation. In the box. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was either that or mouthing off to the official. It was one of those two. But I think it was simulation.
Then Penelope said, "I was surprised to see Bruno as a striker."
I was not.
I'm not surprised. He played that in the FA Cup final
Yeah.
for us. So let me go through another couple of comments. Afternoon, gentlemen. We outside TT. All right. Any moments in the first half that had you guys I don't want to say up on your feet, but had you saying like, oh, that what could have been? We should have put that away, or oh, that was a good save.
There were a few, and it was I think it was was it first half? Bruno had an opportunity where he should have put it with his left foot going around the keeper, but he decided to be tricky or cute and used the outside of his right foot and shot it right at the keeper. I can't remember which half that was in, but
that was the first half.
Yeah, so I remember I got angry at that one because I was like, "Why are you doing that?" Was it? I'm trying to remember. There was somebody else who had another one-on-one opportunity, and the keeper came off his line and made a great stop with his left foot as well too. I think that was first half as well too.
That was Mount.
Was it Mount? I can't remember.
Mount was the second half, but I know it's Mount we were talking about. Yeah.
I lost track of those, but those were the moments. You could definitely tell that the team is still rusty, still trying to figure out chemistry. So I was chalking it up to that. I am grateful that, and this is no disrespect to Fulham, that we were not playing Liverpool, Man City, or Arsenal the first game.
Zahir, Robert, any moments in the first
half? In terms of a start, right? Fulham is in their own rights a decent enough football team, right? I mean, they came to Old Trafford and beat us last year, not so, right?
Mm.
But let's just say it is as good a start as we could get. And I think there are some little things you see in the game where you want in 2 weeks' time when it's around three and hello, it's Liverpool, you want to have certain things working a little better by game three, right? I want to see the defensive line a little higher up. They weren't completely in the box yesterday, but it could get better, right? I find the wingers were relatively quiet yesterday. It could get better. The beautiful thing for me is people will say, I mean, it was just a cameo by Zirkzee, and he didn't do all that much. But what he did was effective in that he's willing to get himself into the box.
No, we talking first half. We're talking
Oh,
first half.
just the first half. Okay, we're talking first half. First half, well, boy, apparently Phil called Bruno, and Bruno had to have a couple misses just to give Phil something to gripe about for the week. You know, that's the weekly gripe on Bruno. But we took a little while to settle down. We took a little while to settle down, and I think we really need, if we're playing a better team, in those 15 to 20 minutes it took us to really settle down and start to play football, you could be 2 goals behind.
Robert, anything that stood out for you in the first half?
Um, I don't know. To me, it was I kind of I wasn't surprised by how they were playing. I wasn't surprised by like it was very disjointed, and kind of like here and there. You know, the misses annoyed me because I'm sorry, you can't tell me that your coach is rude by necessary. That's your coach, and you still missing goals. No, no, I'm sorry. I remember I came to Dexter's and I was watching the game. I remember telling a guy, I wish I could just take Rude and put him in a time machine and bring him back. Bring him to now.
I think the worst misses were in the second half compared to the first half, though.
No, it doesn't matter because to me, Rude would have scored all of them. We'd have been like 4-5-0.
Nobody's disagreeing with that. Nobody's going to disagree with that here.
You know what I mean? So like that got me upset. The fact that we still missing chances, and like I say, right, against a better team, these misses will be punished. You know what I mean? So I think Fulham was, it was their first game, it was our first game. I think we were lucky to pull Fulham. At least we're not Chelsea who pull Man City this tomorrow. We get in Liverpool next on match day 3.
Yeah,
So
they were there weekend. Yeah.
yeah, so hopefully by then, things would start to work out. But my thing was just that the misses are like we need to stop missing easy chances. You know what I mean? So that was my point. It was too easy.
Yeah.
And let's not even talk about the last kick. About again, second half.
Yeah, that's second half. I'll go through 3 things that I guess stood out for me. Mazraoui just settling in at right back, and give it 5 or 6 more games and Mazraoui puts in those type of performances, we will forget about Wan-Bissaka. We will. Right?
Until we play West Ham.
Yeah, until we play West Ham. Then Wan-Bissaka's name will then be coming out of our mouths again. That was one thing that stood out. Mazraoui put in that type of performance. It was a joy to see. Harry Maguire 2-on-1 or 3-on-1, and nobody's getting past Harry Maguire.
So,
That was definitely, I was like, oh shit, Fulham with a score now.
mm,
Up step slap head Harry Maguire 3-on-1. You ain't getting past Harry Maguire. Love it.
mm.
And one thing that set the tone for the rest of the match was bodybuilder Adama Traore gets past Casemiro and Alessandro Martinez.
Wait, hold on. Wait. I thought you said he doesn't lift weights.
boy.
You remember he said that? he said he does not lift weights.
Bro, you see the size that man ties. If that man lift his foot, is like he lifting weights.
Yeah. Well, he got the better of Lissandra and Casemiro
I
in one
put
moment.
it to you this way: he doesn't lift weights, and politicians tell the truth.
Oh boy, that's a conversation for a different time. Okay. Yeah. So what I like about the mentality about Lissandro Martinez is that you only get past him once. That's all. Lissandro Martinez got beaten once by Adama Traore for the first half. Never again to be seen again. And that's what you call a mentality of a great upcoming player, right? So that definitely stood out for me. Other than the misses and chances we had, I just decided to focus on the positive, right? So we went into the second half 0-0. Before we talk about the second half, let's go through some of the other comments. Penelope is saying Martinez put Adama Traore in his back pocket yesterday. Yep. Bruno missing a sitter. We outside TT. Good afternoon to you again, buddy. Mount and Bruno looked good leading the press, but atrocious when it came to finishing.
Correct.
You're not wrong about that. I think a fourth point I must also mention is that our ability to win the ball high up was one that had me impressed as well too, right? But there's pros and cons about that. With guys running at a specific pace and looking to press for 45 minutes, you know your guys are going to be burned. They're going to be burned in the second half. Imagine you just playing FIFA and your hand is on R2 all the time. Your hand on R2 all the time, it could go from green to orange to red. That's how your player is going to be, right? But yeah, let's continue some of these comments here, right? Mazrari played as if he was in the team a long time. Nobody would have believed it was his first game. Yeah,
True.
Mazrari put in a really good performance, and as I said, within the if he puts in these type of performances in the next 10 games until we meet West Ham, Wan-Bissaka would have been forgotten of, right? A few more comments here. Lucky Singh, good afternoon to you, buddy. Next match, Garnacho, Bruno Fernandes has chip balls away, heading ball in net. What?
Yeah, I can't figure out the grammar on that one.
Yeah, we need to keep players fit. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Rashford had a great game. That's questionable.
He should have had a great assist. He should have. I will give him that.
Yeah, the one that Leno saved off of Mount, yes.
No. I'm talking about the one for Garnacho at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Oh.
But which game she was watching, right?
Yeah. Well, they only had one game that played so far for Manchester United, right? So.
Was he watching a different Rashford?
Yeah. Interesting. What stood out for Marcus Rashford for you, Penelope, that made you say he had a great game? I'm willing to listen and have a conversation about that. So going into the second half, 0-0. Saw the introduction of Zirkzee and Delit. But yeah, you guys can tell me what stood out in the second half for you, and I guess you guys can state the obvious as well too.
This game pretty much went exactly as how I predicted it would go. I said it was going to be one of those where it's not going to be pretty, and it was pretty much going to end up being a smash and grab, being that it was the first match. The one thing though that I think we conceded 10 total shots in the match, and compared to last season, we were averaging 20 shots a match. So you're starting to see an improvement there. I actually was impressed with the midfield link up a lot, because I was just comparing it from last season. I mean, when you thought of like space, like when you thought of the word space, you thought of Elon Musk and you thought of Manchester United when it came to midfield, because every single team could just go straight through them. But yeah, the midfield today actually was doing very well. Everybody was in unison. So I was very pleased with that. I'm pretty sure we're going to harp on this a lot more. It's, once again, it's the finishing that will be our downfall this season, it seems. So long as we can keep players fit. And so, no pressure, Rude, but you better have these players better be in your back pocket the way that the way Martinez had Traore. You better eat, sleep, and breathe whatever Rude's doing, because that finishing needs to improve. And we pretty much have one more match to get it right before we play Liverpool. And they will punish us if we don't put those away.
You have to ask yourself, we've always questioned in the past if the people behind the scenes were capable enough to get the players playing the way we want them to play. Right? Ruud van Nistelrooy, by any metric, has been one of the most successful goal scorers to play for Manchester United and throughout his career. If that's the guy you're hiring to get your forward scoring goals and they ain't doing it, it has to come down to the players. There will be no excuse for them if they don't start improving on what they deliver on the field. Now, yes, young Zirkzee has a debut to remember. It's a nice finish. He's willing to get into the box, which is important. Because if you're going to ask your wingers to put quality crosses into the box, there has to be somebody there to receive the ball. And the minute he laid off that ball in the build-up, his first thought was getting into the box, being there to receive the ball, expecting that it will come back in. Right? Did he steal a goal from McTominay? Possibly. Thank God, better person scored the goal. I don't really want to see Scott scoring. Then again, if the goal had gone to Scott, maybe it might have convinced Fulham to come back with a little 30 million offer and take him off our hands, right? Who got their money in the bank. The other thing I love about Zirkzee is the man is finally going to exorcise the ghost of one Marwan Fellaini, because there is a new Afro Lord in Manchester. Blessings be.
Before I come to Robert, this tweet was sent to me yesterday.
Wicked.
It's when it comes to McTominay, he is a very hard worker. He's somebody what you preach about, like you want the people who are going to go out there, they're going to give their all, and just no matter what. Yes, he does that, but he's not technically gifted enough. And that, I mean, it's such a dilemma to have, because I also you have to make money somehow. He's got a year left on his contract. He is an academy prospect, so it's 100% pure profit from a business standpoint. But it's also the influence then that he can have on the other players in the squad and showing proper work ethic, everything as well. So you got to weigh in all the factors. It's tough for me, but I mean, I get it. If the plan is to not give him a new contract, then yes, you have to get him out. And scoring that goal, yes, it would have helped to show the teams who are interested with how much. I can't remember how much time is left in the transfer window. That look, so he can still do it.
I think August 30th is the last day of the transfer window. But yeah, Robert, talk to me about the second half. McTominay almost scoring. I don't know if you want to factor that into your comment, but yeah, talk to me about the second half.
I think the second half was more of the same. It was frustration. Again, I think these guys, the players, even Ten Hag, I believe has 1 year to prove themselves to Ineos. They have this year. Because Ineos put everything in place for them. They put in you have the new CEO, you have a director of football, you have arguably one of the greatest goal scorers of all time as a coach. Everything is there for you. These players now have a year to really and truly convince Ineos to say, you know what, we are good enough. I think by next year, the end of the season, if players aren't up to scratch, then we as fans could come and say without any bias, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, and you're not good enough. And there's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide anymore for players anymore. But I think the second half, again, to me, it was frustrating. I think I saw good things happen when Zirkzee came on because like he was dropping the ball, he was passing the ball. Yes, I saw I can't this thing where he would flick the ball like this foot, but like people weren't getting the message. Like he was finding himself in spaces, but people weren't seeing it. So I think again, these are things that will take time, obviously, for the team to gel that way, and then I guess by next, like you said, like next 10 game, you would see we'll get to a point where Zirkzee will make a run and the players will just pass the ball to them, knowing fully well, okay, what, I know for a fact he'll be there. What I mean? So I think it will take time for players to really gel, but I was glad for the goal. I was happy for the goal. It's not Scott's goal. It's his goal. Because Scott is not good enough to score that goal. To me, if that was Scott's goal, it would have come off his face, off his chin, off his something, and then one score, and it'd been an own goal. Because I mean, I think Scott just needs to go. I think, sell the man for 20 and just, thanks. I don't see why we are trying to haggle these clubs' prices. Just get rid. Get rid. But I like what Zirkzee brought. I like Maswari. I for the first time in my life, I have moved out of. I'm sorry, Zahir. I have moved out of the Harry Maguire Hay Club. I'm now by the door. I'm about to leave. All right? Because the man showed me some things for that game. I'm like, guy, I can't hate you no more. I mean, like you said, right? It was 3-on-1, and this man who used to kick people in the face. Remember 2 years ago? He kicked Pogba in his face. He kicked Ronaldo in his face. He was tackling our own players.
He might pull Luke Shaw jersey.
Now the guy is the man has. If any of you all know about anime, know about Bleach, the man pulled out his Bankai, and this was it 3-1, and the man. Where was this 3 years ago? Where was it?
Yeah, now listen.
Where was it, man?
I hear you on that. My whole thing with Harry is this. Am I going to acknowledge that he had a great game? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to admit that his performances towards the end of last season, when we were really going through a crisis with fit defenders, and now at the start of this season, have been significantly better than when the whole club was ready to lynch him? Yes. What do I attribute to that? Well, a couple of things. One, the armband was never supposed to be his. And that is something that was simply too heavy for him. Because you need to be a certain type of character to have that armband at a club the size and stature of Manchester United. I don't think he was capable of that, one. And two, the England national manager kept feeding into his mind by virtue of picking him when he wasn't even playing for us, that he's at a level that he isn't. So there was no consistency in how he was being looked at club level and how he was being looked at international level. Right? If somewhere in his mind he can now accept that at Manchester United, if all defenders are fit and firing, you are fourth choice behind Martinez, Dillit, and even Lenny Euro, then fine, brother. Stay, play out your contract, take the stupid money that stupid people put you on just for the stupidness, and enjoy yourself. And after that, you want to go. You want to stay, brother, you had to significantly reduce that salary and be prepared to spend time on the bench. If not, hasta la vista, bye-bye.
Yeah. Some things that stood out for me in the second half, obviously the debuts of Zirkzee and the Lit. The Lit played pretty solid as well. He's gonna have to stake his claim as to why he will be partnering Lissandro Martinez in the upcoming games. For a guy, and this is on to Jay-Z, right?
Oh
For
God,
Hey,
for
when you traitor.
oh for a guy Zirkzee who is I think what 6'4", he's he's very technical. I must say,
yeah.
very technical. I love it to see it. I love to see it. Um, and I keep on watching over his debut goal, and that reminds me of a rude finish.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely reminds me of a road finish. Just
Did
stick
he
it
come
out.
through the Ajax Academy?
No, I think he came through Bayern. I think.
Zirkzee?
Yeah, I think he came through Bayern's academy. Bayern, I mean, Zirkzee, Delit, and Mazraoui were all at Bayern together. You can search it up, Devin, when we get a chance.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, that finish by Zirkzee definitely. I'm looking forward to see what the guy can do.
Yeah,
This
so he had Feyenoord on there. He had Den Hang, and he had before he went to Bayern Munich in the youth career. But he started his senior career at Bayern Munich.
Where did we get? Where did Ruud come from? PSV or Feyenoord? When he left to come to coach with us.
Coach. Oh, he was the coach of
I think it was
Feyenoord.
Feyenoord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was coach of Feyenoord, but when he came to us as a player, he was at PSV first, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
What else stood up? What else stood out for me?
No, he was at PSV. He was at PSV coaching before he came to us.
Oh, so not Feyenoord.
Oh yeah, because he won. Oh yeah, because Feyenoord was the ball guy at Liverpool. Arne Slot.
Ruud never had any affiliation as a player or a manager with Feyenoord.
Yeah. It was PSV.
I think it was Van Persie who had Feyenoord with him.
Yes, Robin Van Persie went to Feyenoord before he retired.
Yeah.
He went back to them, I think.
I think the game should have ended, to be fair, higher than 1-0. But even if we had finished 2-0, that Garnacho miss had me like, oh my God.
Let me tell you why I got vexed with that miss, right? Two things, right?
Two things, yeah.
Rashford finally beat a man, right? Finally,
yes.
Finally, you beat a man. Cool. You watch the goal, you watch the goalkeeper. Now, 2 years ago, he would never pass that ball.
Nope.
Oh, he slotted home.
It's like, he would have scored. But again, because he is not, I don't know if it's confidence or whatever it is, but he passed the ball, right? Okay, fine, you passed the ball. This man, right? This boy who spent the last year of his life, right, posting up angry stuff, right? He went against his whole national team to say Ronaldo's the best. Ronaldo's my hero. I love Ronaldo. CR7. You did all of this and you miss an open goal. You remember when he was arguing to get the 7 off of Mount? No, you don't deserve 17. You deserve number 202, right? 202 on your back.
Robert,
you can't miss. You can't miss an open goal, right? You can't do it. It's not right.
So Robert, let me.
Robert, he had to miss. No, he has to miss. He has to miss
question
intentionally. He has to intentionally miss because it is alleged that he ain't getting no sweat in the Copa because of the fact that he's supporting Ronaldo. It is alleged that coach tell him, brother man, you can't be on this team and start no game if you supporting Ronaldo. Therefore, he has to intentionally miss and look bad to emulate what is considered to be the god of Argentina.
Correct.
And maybe then they might let him start.
Yes, you are correct. You're quite right.
So do you all blame Rashford for passing the ball there?
Yes or no?
I don't.
Yes or no?
I don't at all.
But that if I play FIFA and me and my boy 2-on-1 with the goalkeeper and I got the ball, I pass to my boy. And he better pass to me too because I damn goalkeeper
was in a better position, had acres of space. I mean, you see Rashford, his confidence is obviously not there. His finish is not where it used to be. And you see Garnacho with all that space. As soon as that ball got played, I was already celebrating the goal because I'm like, there's no way. There's no way.
How did the defender catch him? He was ahead of the guy.
I saw it and I looked and I'm like, that's a goal. And I just looked like, are you kidding me?
Because then there's one down to the end.
The most relief pitch when that
Garnacho doesn't take the shot and he passes for Rashford, and somehow the defender on the ground,
and
just to stretch his foot and stop. That would have had to have been in the back of the net.
But I can tell you, after that, I think Rashford was probably the most relieved player on that pitch because he knew the headlines would not be about him or not scoring anything like that. So, but I can tell you right now, probably in training right now, I could imagine Rude is probably angry at Rashford for not finishing that, and Garnacho for just messing.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's going to be interesting. I wish I could see the video of that training session.
Did you see the training video, Devin? I think it's a training video from Carrington where he has them there, and it's almost as if you can hear him saying, "Don't be lazy."
I have not seen that one yet.
There's a training video. I think it's on the Manchester website, right, where they post up videos of their training drills. And unless my hearing is off, you're literally hearing Rude telling them, "Don't be lazy."
Yeah, Rude. The one thing that also gives me a breath of fresh air is just seeing Rude and Ten Hag on the sideline, just talking to the players, during the entire match, right? I can't remember who the assistant manager was last year for Ten Hag, but I can't remember even seeing
Mitchell Vandergaard or Steve McLaren.
Yeah, I can't remember that. I can't remember seeing them on the side of the pitch, right? But final result was Man United 1, Fulham 0. We were on top of the league for a little bit, but some games happened today where other teams won by more than one goal, and it is what it is. We keep on winning, and those other teams don't have to worry about us, right? Before we get to our next topic. The next topic is, what do you guys think? How will Manchester United fare this season in the Premier League, right? And I saw a couple of things, right? Ruud van Nistelrooy scored on his debut versus Fulham, and Manchester United won the league. Robin van Persie scored on his debut against Fulham, Man United won the league. Joshua Zirkzee scored on his debut versus Fulham.
Well, if they had ended the damn league Friday night,
let's start that. Not yet.
If they had just cancelled everything Friday night, we'd have won the league.
One more thing. Matthias de Ligt joins Ajax first team. Ajax win the league. Matthias de Ligt joins Juventus. Juventus win the league. Matthias de Ligt joins Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich wins the league. Matthias de Ligt joins Manchester United.
Well, hey, listen,
There's one
guys.
more. There's one more. There's one more.
Guys.
There's one more.
Bayern Munich
losers, right? Of the plates.
The last three.
Losers.
The last three losers of the Community Shield
won the league. Yes.
No, we should mention that it's been the same team who lost 3 times, right? And win the league 3 times, right? But guys, you have to remember, curses are meant to be broken. After all, Bayern Munich has won a trophy with a certain Harry Kane in their lineup.
Right.
Harry Kane has won a trophy. If that curse could break, brother. If that curse could be broken, well.
Yes.
And I will not have anybody bad talking Steve McLaren. Eh? According to the whole of Jamaica, Stevie Irie, man.
No, they're trying to do a modern day version of Cool Runnings with him there. That's all that is.
I'd be.
Robert. Marcus Penelope is saying Marcus beat Rum Bad needs to get a girlfriend. Yes.
He didn't tell him, but
that's an accurate statement. We all know that. That's a very accurate statement.
But he and the woman not together now? They broke up again?
Yeah, he's single again.
What the Then it's true. Then it's true. I realize like certain guys need back in their life. Like Rashford needs
You remember,
some.
you remember how good
No.
Martial was when the two girls were fighting on the highway?
Yeah, exactly. Rashi need a woman. When Rashi's single, things don't work. You understand? Things don't work. You
The
know?
man woman there at the club.
No. I mean, an actual woman that you could see.
No. His
on a-
soulmate is there. His soulmate is where number 25?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think so.
Oh, you mean Jadon Sancho? Oh.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
yeah, back to the original topic. Where do you guys think Manchester United will finish? And you can give me a straight up answer. You can tell me like it's too early, or you can say depending on the transfers we sign. Totally up to you guys, man.
I'm gonna go on record right now and say this: if Ten Hag does not finish top 4, he's gone.
Hmm.
I will go on record and say that I believe that we are not going to win the title, but I believe we're going to make some noise, especially if we go ahead and we sign Ugarte as well too. I really believe we could finish top 4. Maybe if we get Ugarte, I think we can go as far as 3rd. But I still believe that Arsenal and Man City are so far in front of everybody else that we're not going to catch them yet. So 4th right now, 3rd if we get Ugarte.
Champions League. We are finishing in the Champions League. I'm not going to say if I think that's top 4 or winning Europa, however it is. We are finishing and playing Champions League next season.
I am hoping for 4th, but I would take 5th once we win the Europa League. We have to win a trophy this year. And I think this year should be the year we go after the Europa League because remember, no Champions League teams are coming down into the Europa League this year. So if you look at the teams in Europa right now, we are probably one of the top 5 teams there. You know what I mean? So if we must come 5th or even 4th, I want that Europa League. You know what I mean? Because it would again, it's just another trophy. Ten Hag first 2 years, he won a trophy. This year, he need a trophy.
I can't remember. Does the Premier League have 4 or 5 Champions League spots? I can't remember.
I think
4.
Is it still 4?
Yeah.
Still top 4 and winner of the Europa League gets it.
Correct.
Because they did that whole reorg of Champions League this year, so I know some countries got 5 spots. I couldn't remember if the UK
It will come down to coefficient depth. It depends on your FIFA coefficient, which league will end up with a spot based on how the domestic cup winners go. Right? But if we look at to Robert's point, right? The format changed. So no 3rd place teams in the Champions League group stage coming down into Europa. Right?
Correct.
So we have to go out there and dominate that competition. And winning that competition, no disrespect to what we've won in the last 2 years, but Ten Hag has progressed in terms of first year, Carabao Trophy, second year, FA Cup, which is a more recognized and notable trophy. 3rd year, you go and you win a European one. I mean, come on. It's a progression.
Yeah, and then remember, and I still believe Ineos has an obsession over that fake manager, Southgate. I don't ever want to see him on my team, ever. I am telling you all the men right now.
You still on about him?
Yes. Because I do believe
they already have Ten Hag replacement at the club already. If it goes wrong,
right? Well, no. I would love it to be rude.
Yes, it will be him. It will be him if it goes wrong.
I don't know. I still think that these guys have a thing for Southgate because he's English. I am telling you all, if Southgate ever comes to this club, I will take my jersey and I'll put it back to front. I'm good, because Southgate is like 50 steps back, 50 back, 50. He makes no sense.
A lot of people think that Robert is joking, but
No, I'm not joking.
if in the future, knock on wood, it doesn't happen, we had to hire Gareth Southgate as a manager. That is Man United not going in the right direction. I'm sorry.
No.
Wait, let me tell you something. Sir Matt Busby, Sir Bobby Charlton, George Best, everybody from the Busby Babes who died in the plane crash, God rest their soul, all of them men will come out their grave and haunt Old Trafford if you hire somebody like Gareth Southgate.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Let me go back to the topic of Manchester United, how they will do this season. I think we can defend the FA Cup. I think if all of our players are fit, we can go far into the Europa League. Now, in terms of Premier League finish, I don't know if this will sound controversial, but I think if we do sign Ugarte and another midfielder, I think it's Sander Berge from Burnley.
The guy, the Lucky mentioned it in the comments. Yeah, Sander Berge.
Sander Berge, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can push for a top 4 finish, right? But let me ask you guys a question. Would you guys take Frankie de Jong at United?
No. You don't ever go back,
To the
right?
X.
She's the bad thing who brace you, right? When you were nobody. Now we are somebody. Firebun she. Like she'd go back. No.
I have to think about that one.
No. Devin, you don't go back.
No. Let me go back.
Leave the bad things alone, Devin. Leave them alone.
The problem with this now is he's on some outrageous contract over their salary at Barcelona. So if you could get him on reduced wages, yes, I actually think I could, because Ten Hag still has that love with him. But it's the question is, will he take a significant pay cut?
I don't care how much Ten Hag loves him.
It needs to be like it can't be bigger than like 150 a week.
Listen,
You can't make a bad thing into a housewife.
Barcelona
Because Barcelona
have a reckoning coming.
Barcelona are cash strapped right now. They can't register players.
No, you see, they keep getting away.
They'll find some loophole to sign them. We all know that will happen. But
They keep getting away with all their ratchet dealings, with all their nonsense.
they're trying to get him off the books because of that salary that he's on. And
They could do what they want.
They knew United had interest in it from before. So if you can get a cut price deal on the transfer fee as well as on his actual wages, I would actually be okay with it. But what's not going to happen is you're not going to sit there and this is going to be a repeat of Angel Di Maria.
No. Listen, all these fellas who at Barcelona sat down there and drank the poison Kool-Aid that Barcelona sell them through all their claims that they have no money and their claims are bankruptcy. And man, sit down there. The club put them on deferred wages during COVID, and then after COVID, tell them they're not paying them. You tell them you're not paying them the money you owe them, that you agreed to pay them, and then turn around and sign in other players too. You see, for that bullshit they buy into, all of them had to sit down there and suffer. We're not bailing out none of them.
No.
Not one of them. Let Barcelona as a club pay for the evils and sins and crimes they've committed and keep getting away with. Burn them.
No, all of them. No, because you don't understand something, right? This man is like you stay with the woman who owning you left and center, who bring children into your home and say, but this is your child, but the child is white and you black. Dog, it make no sense, right? It make no sense. You leave them people where they are. Leave him where he is. De Jong, right? To me, he is a poison. Everyone in Barcelona are poison. All of them are poison. All. The only person that I would ever risk would be that youth boy. What's his name?
For you boy from Barcelona?
Yeah.
Yamal.
Jamal.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
That is
Barcelona gonna want like pretty much. You know how much they're gonna want for it.
That's okay, pay the money, but that is the only person I would ever take from that club. Only person. Nobody else.
to play devil's advocate, if it was Barcelona, if it was a Barcelona fan listening to this here right now, I would say, Robert, I give you Lamine Yamal, and you give me Kobe Manu.
Nah, fireball you, but no. Keep
Not going to fireball you. Exactly.
Well, hold up.
Nah, well, fireball, man.
Zahir, don't even think about it. Kobe Manu is going nowhere. Okay?
No.
Don't even think
I,
about
I
it.
was just about to say,
No.
we get a player to build the club around.
Yes.
All we need to do to ensure that Kobe becomes what we want him to do is keep him away from the type of woman that infests Mason Greenwood mind. Right? Keep him away from the mistakes Mason made, and we go be all right.
Mason, Jaden, Marcus, Paul. We still paying for Paul, you know. We need to
The
dig up.
Juju still walking, boy.
We need to dig up Trafford, right? Honestly, and find that bone. That bone is somewhere it's somewhere there. You understand? Somebody needs to go and ask Paul, where did you put the pots? Where is it? And please.
No, I don't. No. Let him do that, because you know what? The only person that really got cursed out of that whole thing was him with his failed drug test.
Exactly.
So I don't care. I don't care anymore. I moved on from that. So
yeah, you know.
And anyway, pretty much with the way how it's looking, they're gonna be in a new stadium soon. Anyway.
Bet your bottom dollar, whoever start to dig up that turf, the bulldozer go crash. Something go happen. They go find the bone. Watch.
Once they don't dig it up at night. All right, guys, we are great discussion for the last hour or so. I guess any final thoughts? We are going into.
I got one question.
That's how long is it take?
Less than 5 minutes. We don't need to have a discussion. Just say the answer.
All right.
What is your question?
Who was your man of the match?
Not Zirkzee. It was given to Zirkzee yesterday, but not Zirkzee. My man of the match, believe it or not, was Harry Maguire.
Yeah, I'd give it to Harry too.
Yeah, that was my man of the match.
Yeah.
I agreed, but Casemiro is a very close second.
Yeah, it was between Casemiro and Harry Maguire. I give it to Harry Maguire just for the sake of it, right?
The 3-on-1. The 3-on-1 kind of sealed it.
Yeah, that tree I want. That's that tree I want. I think it was one of the most replayed videos. I mean, other than Zirkzee's debut goal, but that tree I want was one of the most replayed videos that was on my timeline yesterday. It was, right?
Mm-hmm.
One last comment from me.
Yes, your comment.
I know it's gonna sound controversial, but and I know it's just one game into the French
channel,
league.
You're on the right channel for controversy, so there we go.
We are going to regret not having a buyback clause for Mason Greenwood.
I think we have a sell-on clause anyway, a significant sell-on clause.
The sell-on is sell-on, but you see a buyback clause, we're going to regret not having a buyback.
It's too much controversy to bring him back.
It had to go. It had to die off. We will talk more about that on the old talk. But
if he ever, well, actually, I don't think he'll ever play in England again. It's too much controversy around it. So he goes somewhere else. Okay, fine. But either way, I think it's a 40 or 50% sell-on clause anyway. So if he turns out to be the player that we all know that he should be, you're looking at probably a €100 million player. You think about how young he is and what he's still capable of.
Does anybody buy anybody from the French league for that kind of money?
Tell that to how much they're offering for Kylian Mbappe as well.
Okay, fair enough, but bro, no matter how good he get, Mbappe, Greenwood, I don't see him getting to that level. Really, he's going to become fantastic.
He is going to be a very hot prospect, especially for one of the bigger clubs outside of Spain. If he keeps doing up what he's doing.
All right, we'll see.
My final thoughts before we end the podcast. Definitely need to get in two more midfielders. Based on our track record of injuries, I think we need to get in two more midfielders. I was excited that we were linked with Fofana, but he decided to go to AC Milan. So AC Milan probably got one of us with regards to we took Zirkzee from them, and they took Did they really take Fofana from us? I don't know. Right? I don't think I was following Fabrizio, and Fabrizio said Manchester United were not even in discussions with Fofana. They weren't. So, yeah. So another midfielder. I know this guy, Sanderberg from Burnley. If we get him in, perfect. If not, then we go to somebody else. I hope that United and PSG will come to some agreement with Ugarte and Sancho. You never know.
I've been saying this. I just have a feeling it's going to be a player swap and maybe a little bit of cash going one way or the other. Maybe a player swap, but maybe 10 million going one way or the other way. That's my thinking, which I think will resolve a lot of things. Because remember now, Ugarte is refusing to play.
Yeah.
So I see this saga ending a lot sooner than people think. I don't have any source telling me that. Again, this is just my gut feeling. So nobody run out there and say that, oh, I said I have somebody that knows something. You know how that goes with the internet. So
well, I mean that would be the common sense move. I was saying that for weeks now. I was like, look, PSG wants Sancho, we want Ugarte, both of them worth 60 mil. Swap. End of story.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, those are my final thoughts. Robert, any final thoughts?
I'm just happy that the Premier League is back, back to football, and I have my pills this year. I have my pills, so my pressure will be very, very down here. Right? So I'm good. I'm a pills and I'm a rum. Yes, I'm prepared.
It's funny because other years I would be elated that the Premier League is back, but more this time around, I'm like, okay, I'm glad the Premier League is back. Not for the reason you guys think, right? Because for the last 3 or 4 months, it's been an entire sports summer. We've had Euros, Copa, Olympics.
Yes.
Now we watch the Premier League. So I mean, everything just flowed naturally into the Premier League, right? So yeah, I'm glad that the Premier League is back. But other summers, oh gosh, boy, bored.
Correct.
But yeah, man. Let me see if there are any more comments we can go through. Let's start with this comment here. Dan Parkinson. I guess this is in relation to how United will do in the Premier League. He said, we'll see. We outside TT is saying we win in the league and surprising everybody. Interesting. Penelope is saying, I believe it is too early to predict where Manchester United will finish. We have just started. Don't blame me. Huh. Let me see. Siraj Asat. How you doing? It's only when the changes are made, as with Zirkzee, etc., then the game changed. I guess he's referring to our review of the first half and second half. With second half, right?
That makes sense. That's the point of making changes. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Devin, if my prediction is right and we win the league, I hope I get that signed Rooney shirt. People missed out on.
You know what? I might. Should I gotta think of another giveaway.
Devin, hold up. He could get a signed Rooney shirt, make sure it's that Plymouth Argyle shirt.
No. I actually might even throw out another name in the hat this year.
Zirkzee.
No, better.
Sancho.
Better.
Do not say Harry Maguire.
Been there, done that already. But next one, Ruud van Nistelrooy. I could get a poster from him.
Oh, we're going to fight for that one, brother. If you get a RVN shirt, we fighting for that.
I'll get a poster. I could get a poster.
Size large or size XL, yeah. A last comment from Penelope. Harry Maguire was my man. My man on the mat, sorry. Perfect. All right, guys. It has been a great session. Hopefully we'll have more of these as the season goes by. More reviews, more match reactions of our upcoming games, whether it be Premier League or Europa League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, right? Zahir, Robert, Devin, thanks for joining me. And what's he saying that you guys say? Manchester United?
We'll keep the red flag flying high because Man United
will never die. I love it. Have a great Saturday, gentlemen.
Hey, if you appreciate what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and